In a buzzing city, every weekend, people flocked to the market of everything, a huge open-air bazaar where anyone could set up a stall and sell something, from gadgets to spices, books to art, clothes to tools. The place was alive with color, noise, and trade. Among these sellers was a 15-year-old boy named Ravi. He came every weekend with a tiny foldable table and a hand-painted sign that read Ravi's Stall. At first, people thought it was a prank. Some laughed. Others got annoyed. What do you mean you sell nothing? Are you trying to be clever? This is not how business works. But Ravi would just smile and say, I'm not here to sell products. I'm here to offer something more lasting. Naturally, no one bought anything because there was nothing to buy. Chapter 2, questions instead of goods. Instead of products, Ravi offered questions. On his table were cards. Each card had a single handwritten question like, what are you pretending not to care about? If money was no object, what would you be doing today? What's one regret you still care? Anyone could pick a question, answer it aloud, and talk to Ravi. People were skeptical at first, but slowly, curious souls sat down. One woman started crying after answering. A businessman thanked Ravi for helping him realize why he was truly unhappy. Yet Ravi never took money. When offered, he simply said, the moment you start selling truth, it becomes fake. Chapter 3. Laughed at and left out of the stall owners mocked him. Selling questions. What a joke. That boy's wasting space and potentially is afraid of hard work. Even his parents grew worried. Ravi, what are you doing with your life? You're smart. Sell something real. But Ravi believed in what he was doing. I'm not here to sell fast. I'm here to connect slow, to remind people they're more than what they buy. Chapter 4. The old man who stayed one rainy Saturday. Ravi set up his stall under a tarp. Hours passed, no one came. But before closing, an old man with a cane stopped by. He read a question on a card. What are you most afraid of losing? He looked at Ravi and whispered, my memory. The man was a retired philosopher, once a professor, now slowly losing pieces of his mind to age. The two talked for over an hour. Before leaving, the man said, what you're doing is rare. You're selling clarity, not clutter. Keep going. You've already made a difference. Chapter 5. A shift in the wind. The next week, the old man returned, this time with his granddaughter, who had anxiety. The week after, a journalist visited, curious about the boy with the invisible stall. Then came a small blog article, then a local radio feature. Soon, Ravi's stall had a line, not of buyers, but of thinkers, wonders, and the quietly broken. He still sold nothing, but people came, sat, answered one question, and left lighter. Chapter 6, the market reacts. The same people who laughed began to copy his style. One seller added wisdom quotes to his clothing. Another started a stall titled Tea and Therapy. One group even invited Ravi to speak at a young entrepreneur's meet. Ravi didn't mind. He smiled and said, if we must sell something, let it be honesty. Chapter 7, why he did it at a school event. Ravi was asked, why not sell something real? You could be rich by now. But I realized something. When you have nothing, you have space. I just wanted to sell a moment of truth. Space to listen. Space to ask better questions. He answered, I used to feel invisible, like I had nothing to offer. I didn't fit in. Everyone's trying to sell their version of perfect epilogue, nothing and everything. 2 years later, Ravi published a book, The Boy Who Sold Nothing, 100 Questions That Changed Lives. Every weekend, even when famous. Ravi returned to the market with his table and handwritten cards. It became a quiet bestseller. Still, no staff. No digital banners, no gimmicks, just one sign, slightly faded, Ravi's Stall. I sell nothing. And a line of people waiting to answer a question that might just change their life. Moral of the story, you don't need to be like everyone else to offer something valuable. Not all value can be priced. some truths are meant to be given freely. When the world sells noise, dare to offer silence and meaning. You are allowed to dream differently, even if no one understands it yet.